title of the book is Paradise Now, and that came from an interview that Karl gave to a French journalist in 2014. And he was asked if he wanted to write his memoirs. And he's like, oh, absolutely not. I'm too busy living my life to be writing about it. And he said, well, the journalist said, well, we write our memoirs also for posterity. And Karl said, posterity, I don't care. I just don't care. I won't be here to enjoy it. I won't be here to take advantage of it. It's today that matters, paradise now. And the interview was in French, but those last two words, paradise now, were in English. And when I heard that, I was like, that's the title of the book, because Karl was completely focused on the present. My name is William Middleton. I am an author. I'm a journalist and an author. I worked for many years for Magazine and Women's Wear Daily in Paris. I was the Paris bureau chief of those two publications. One of the best pieces of advice I was given in preparing this book was my editor in New York at the beginning of the process. She said, we want to feel like we're in the same room with Karl. And may seem like an obvious piece of advice, but no one had ever said that to me. And it really helped in the research and the writing of this book. I wanted to make people feel like they were there with him. And the way you do that is you interview people who were really close with him, who were in the room with him, and who tell you. And I feel like one of the revelations of the book is that Karl was actually a really nice guy, you know, and people don't believe that. Once I got to know him a little better, I said to him that I've rarely seen anyone who has a public image that's so harsh, because at that point it was like the big black Yohji Yamamoto suits, the fan, the big sunglasses. But when you get to know them, you see that they're very warm and kind and almost touching. And Karl's response was, well, it's better that than the opposite. No, you know, I think that it is easy, particularly for those who knew Karl only in the last 15 years of his life, Karl after H&M, Karl Lagerfeld rock star, to think that he was someone who was a celebrity. But when you read the story of his life and you get a sense of how he was really at the height of his creativity for decades, you know, he had a 65-year career, and he was one of the great designers in Paris throughout those years. So one of the things that I hope people will that I hope readers will understand is really see the evolution of his career and understand the breadth of his creativity as well.